fan base in Hong Kong and around the world, Hanjin is a consummate jazz singer who consistently steals the show. In March 2009, Hanjin released a back-to-basics jazz album, Raw Jazz, a collection of 11 jazz standards recorded in one live session recording with a three-piece band featuring some of the best names in the Hong Kong jazz scene: Jason Cheng on piano, Paul Candelaria on bass, and Skip Moy on guitar. And just earlier this year, this track, Wave, from the album was #1 on the most popular radio station in Hong Kong, commercial radio FM938's Quote International Music Chart, beating acts like the Pet Shop Boys, Japanese superstar Hikaru Utada, Franz Ferdinand, and Annie Lennox. Well, Hanjin joins us now in the studio. Hi, Hanjin.
Hello.
How did jazz music get into your blood?
It's not, and it probably still isn't, and I'm not sure if it ever will be.
It certainly sounds like it is.
Jazz kind of came about in a very by-the-by way. You know, being a musician, a gigging musician in Singapore, there are only a couple things a musician generally talk about. First of which is probably girls, and then the jazz music. So you know, if I don't pick up any jazz, I'm going to be left out. So kind of tried to pick up jazz, but when I got into production, just everything just got a lot for me. It was a lot to learn, and I thought like, oh, I have so much fun in production, and I'm not good enough for jazz anyway, because I'm too slow for it. So I kind of left it alone for a good like 8 to 9 years. And it wasn't like until like about last year when I was in Hong Kong, you know, that I took a break, went out to a jazz cafe, met Jason, jammed with him, felt good about it, and decided to do this project. And it's
so you're lying. You sound like you've been doing this for years and years.
I kind of left it alone for about 8 years doing my production thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, was there a person or place or experience or album that was integral to you getting into jazz, or was it just you said, like, you know?
I think it's more the musician thing than
right.
any particular album or CD or anything. Yeah.
Okay. You got your first big break writing for one of Hong Kong's heavenly kings, Jackie Chu. How did that come about?
I was encouraged to write Mandarin songs, and then one day I got called up and picked up by a local publisher called Mr. Stephen Falk, and then he said, that's F-O-C-K, and he said you should try writing for Mandarin pop. I said, I don't even listen to Mandarin music, and he's like, well, do you know Jackie Chung? I said, yeah, I know Jackie Chung. So I bought a Jackie Chung CD, and I listened to it, and I wrote a couple of songs, and then he picked up a couple of songs, 4 songs in the first year, and to date I think 7, 6, 7, somewhere there.
Okay, and since then you've gone on to write for many Hong Kong artists and superstars. Before that, all that though, how and where did you hone your production and your songwriting craft?
Well, I was really lousy at it in the beginning. It was just mainly just tunes, and you know, I wasn't a really good piano player. I could play the guitar decently.
You're very modest.
No, you have a very nice voice. And and then just picked up. I just picked up from there, and then you know, playing at the Fat Frog Cafe, and I managed to make some pocket change, you know, to pay the school fees and you know, day-to-day stuff, and buy equipment. So I started out with an MD machine, and then from there it upgraded its way up to Pro Tools, and then making demos. And when I was 25, I got called up by East and Shannon to a couple songs for my new CD, you know, and I was like, wow, of course. And then 2 songs became 4, and since then, that was my final year in uni. I was doing economics in the US, and then since then it was just yeah, one after the other. I only went for 1 job interview ever in my life. I think it was for an insurance company. Yeah.
Wow. But it sounds like, you know, your music is very powerful to many people who listen to it. Obviously, they do find that it has a potential commercial appeal and all.
It does? Wow.
It certainly has. But when you start on a song for someone, what are your considerations? Do you write from your own experience and heart and try to translate it to the other person, or do you think about the singer's uniqueness and potential for growth or development?
Wow, that's an intellectual question. Thanks.
You don't think at all. You just sit there and it all comes to you. Life is unfair. You know, life is unfair.
Yeah, why do they make people like you smarter, you know? In the beginning, I just did it, you know, by feel, kind of like whatever I could think about, whatever I could think of from my experiences. And then more recently, like in the past, like, you know, 4 to 5 years, as a producer, my job really is to make products that the client can and want to sell. So I try to do my job as a producer, tell the story that they want to have told. So that's how I make music, that's how I make the CDs, and that's how I get the lyrics written, and and maybe help out with some marketing ideas as well.
Do you write the music and the lyrics?
If it's in Mandarin, I do. If it's in English, I try. If it's in Cantonese, forget about it.
Okay, so how do you get by then? How is your Cantonese?
My Cantonese is getting much better now. It's like I can communicate pretty okay in Hong Kong, but I think my pronunciation is not exactly good. So in Cantonese is a very complicated dialect. It's got like nine tones and 6 variations or 6 undertones maybe. It's a very complicated language. Mandarin's only 4+1, so there's a lot to learn, a lot to, I don't know, I haven't gotten it, and I say wrong words all the time. I have to be very careful, and yeah, not to offend anybody without myself knowing it.
Well, Hanjin, you have written so many songs for other people, over 400. Have you written any pieces for yourself?
Yeah, I have actually. There are a couple. I'm
not on your CD.
No, not on the CD. It's a straight jazz standard CD. So I just pick out all the standards that were meaningful and relevant at the point in time, and just make it in as from the heart as possible. Yeah.
Will you be doing any originals in your next release?
For the jazz thing, if it's like Raw Jazz Part 2. Maybe, probably not, because jazz is such a new area for me. I'm such a beginner, so I think if I really went for originals, I feel I kind of overstepped my boundaries, and I'm not really ready for it. But I do feel a lot braver now in terms of jazz. Original songs maybe for my Mandarin album, which I'm kind of like thinking of doing after I finish this stint. I'm not sure. Once you have it, who knows these things,
Well, your CD Raw Jazz was recorded in a one-take session with a fairly skeletal 3-piece band. Is the spontaneity and rawness a reflection of the take on jazz?
I don't know, in Hong Kong it seems kind of relevant, because in Singapore there is actually a pretty vibrant niche culture where like the jazz listeners really just go out for to get the jazz. But in Hong Kong, the niche is really, really tiny, and jazz is more like a marketing or trendy form of music or something. So like I think it's kind of relevant that I take jazz back to its roots, where people have forgotten where it comes from. And jazz is not lounge, jazz is not new jazz, or not that beatsy, chilly thingy that they hear on these compilation CDs or Saint-Germain CDs. Not that they're bad, they're beautiful. And I think I thought it was nice to revisit it. But I think, but more than that, mostly it's for myself to revisit it and to actually do it properly, and and learn it properly, and I really learned a lot. I hope it's enough for now.
On some of the tracks, I thought I heard you impersonating a saxophone. Is that you?
I've been told a lot of things. Saxophone, trumpet, electric guitar, I don't know, French horn, cornet. I actually thought it was a trumpet, but but saxophone sounds good.
Right. So was it you?
Yeah, it's me.
Okay, so that's part of your show stealing tactics.
I think it's part of my silliness more than anything.
It is very cool. I mean, when I first heard it, I actually had some doubts whether it was you or the real instrument. Well, you're still primarily a songwriter and producer, but will your own musical career take more prominence, at least in the near term?
I don't know. Everyone dreams of a balanced career in whatever career you take. For me, it would be I like music, and I want to do music for the rest of my life. And making records is a big part of my life. I really love it, working in the studio. But kind of miss performing, and it kind of balances things out, like reinterpreting stuff instead of doing your own stuff. And I think it's kind of refreshing, and I like to do more of it. And I think it definitely makes me a more healthy musician.
Okay, thank you so much, Hanjin, for joining us today.
Oh my God, thank you guys so much.
Hanjin's debut CD is called Raw Jazz. You can find it in all good music shops. This track I'll leave you with is called Sweet Lorraine, that opens the album.
Yeah.
There you go, that trumpet.
Yeah.
For Hanjin, actually.
Thanks, you guys. Thanks so much.
No worries.
Should I do my tags now?
Feel
Uh,
your
we'll do it in
passion
the
with
other
great
studio.